Hey, it's Phoenix Jira. One of the things that I do is come up with thoughts or subjects sporadically. It'll be while I'm driving my car. It'll be while I'm getting ready to go somewhere and I just start talking to myself. I start thinking about different things. And guess what I don't have? I don't have my camera rolling. Not that I have to have my camera rolling, but sometimes it would be nice to look back and go, oh yeah, that's right. I was thinking about that one day. What did I come up with? Did I come up with a conclusion? Yeah, anyway. All right, so the latest one that I came up with was the ability for human beings to forget or to block out things that we don't want to think about, we don't want to remember, we don't want to deal with, we just don't remember. And the question there is, do we really not remember, or have we chosen to not remember? For instance, for the life of me, I can't remember to exercise. Yeah. I know, funny, right? But okay, I'm going to work out. I am going to lift weights. I'm going to get on the elliptical. I'm going to walk every day. I'm going to do these things. And sometimes I have a huge agenda that I'm going to do it. And then other times it's like, okay, well, let's just do it in little slices. Either way, at some point, whether it's a week or 2 weeks or 2 months, eventually I get to a point where I completely forget that I was supposed to be doing these things. I'm not kidding. I'm like, wait a minute. 2 weeks ago, I was working out, and for the last week, I haven't been. Why? Well, I forgot. Now, did I really forget? Or did I block it out? One of the other things for me is regarding drinking water. So, they say you're supposed to drink about 64 ounces of water per day. For some people, that's very easy. For me, not really. Well, what is 64 ounces? If you break it down into, okay, well, I have this 8-ounce glass, how many glasses is that? Or I have a 16-ounce cup, how many cups is that? And I have good intentions. Oh, I'm going to drink all this water. And I get to the end of the day and I'm like, how many glasses did I have? And they have apps now where you can go in and say, okay, I drank a glass of water, drank a glass of water, drank a glass of water. Well, guess what you have to remember to do? Go in and check off that you had a glass of water and not lie about it. What do you mean lie about it? Well, I'm the only one that's going to look at the app to verify that I had, let's say, 8 glasses of water, right? I'm going to have 8-ounce glasses of water or whatever it is. And I go in there and I have 6 marked off, but I only had 4. Oh, I had 6 glasses yesterday. No, you didn't. So I say to myself, I had 6 glasses of water yesterday. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. I was there. I don't think you were there. I was there. Okay. So the other thing about being able to block things out are things from our past. There are events from my past that I do not remember. Now, that doesn't mean they're not in my head. It means I don't think about them all the time. Might remember, oh, my trip to the Grand Canyon, or my trip to Canada, or maybe that one Christmas, but I don't remember every single holiday or event or trip I've taken unless something sparks that memory. Well, that's all well and good, but sometimes there are things you just don't want to remember. Things you might have done that were bad, things that someone might have done to you that was bad, things that are irrelevant. Why don't... And then when someone else brings it up, a special event that was, or an event that was special to them, and you're like, I don't remember that. And they're like, what do you mean you don't remember that? it was really a cool thing that happened, and you're like, I'm sorry. Can you refresh my memory? And then that other person is like insulted. What do you mean you don't remember? And that I've had that happen a couple of times where someone reminds me, remember that time that I took you to see that thing when you were, 12 years old? And I'm like, no. Because when you're 12, 13 years old, 14 years old, that's, you know what you're thinking about? You're thinking about this. You're thinking about what it is that's going on around me. You're thinking about school. You're thinking about your friends. You're thinking about that guy. You're thinking about that girl, that stupid thing that so-and-so said the other day. Ah. So I've had that happen. We're like, well, I took you to that really cool thing. I don't remember. I have had conversations with people about events that I know for a fact that we've discussed, that they remembered before, and no longer remember today. And my question is, do they really not remember? Or have they chosen to block it out? Have they literally chosen to say in their head, this thing did not happen for whatever reason? I haven't figured that out. There's also that part of your brain that blocks out things that happened that others have told you happened, but it was so over the top that you just don't remember. So I'll give you an example. When I think I was 9 years old, that's what I think my mother told me. I was 9 years old, I owned a horse. And I was riding my horse with an English saddle on it. So it was a very small saddle, but I'm 9 years old, so I'm not telling the difference. The girl that I was with was riding her horse. And we're riding along, just like that. And as I remember it, we came across a little bridge, and they had those big flies. I think they're called bots or horse flies or whatever. And it flew up, and this is what I remember. It flew up and bit her horse. Her horse reared up. She fell off and hurt herself. Mine did a little rearing up or whatever. And then there was my mother, and I got off the horse, and that was it. And, yeah, okay. I didn't get hurt. The horse didn't freak out, and everything was fine. So I tell this to my mom, and she's like, what are you talking about? She goes, no, that's not at all what happened. Let me tell you what happened. So what ended up actually happening is all of that was fairly true to the point of the little bridge. These horseflies came up, bit both of our horses. Her horse went up and down. She fell off, hurt herself. My horse went up and down, turned around, took off full speed down the lane, through a barn, out the other side, rearing, bucking the whole way, comes all the way back through. And at some point, my mother catches up. All these people catch up to the horse. There's my mom. They get me off the horse. I literally don't remember any of that. I remember telling her, what are you talking about? She goes, no. So everything from the moment my horse went up to the moment my mother was there to get me off the horse, everything in between that is gone. Because it was too traumatic for my 9-year-old brain to keep a hold of. Which might be why I was able to get back up on the horse, a week later. I just didn't remember that huge traumatic part in between. So that makes me wonder how many things that I don't remember, either because it was traumatic, it was unimportant, it was embarrassing, or it makes me look bad. And of those things that I no longer remember, do I literally not remember them? Have I blocked them out? Or have I told myself a story to eliminate them? Do you know what I'm saying? So if you've done something that you did it for whatever reason you did it, and as time goes by, you change your mind. You're like, I wish I hadn't done that thing. But you can't go back. So what you can do is you can either wallow in it, whatever it is, or you can begin to erase it. And if there are enough people that remember it happened, now they're going to be fighting you about it. But there's one or two people. Didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about. The incredible ability for human beings to forget, block out, whatever, moments in our past so that they're no longer a part of our present. This is Phoenix Jira, and I might be done with that thought.